Hello, fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Broadcast Rock. On this episode of Broadcast Rock, we're going to be talking about Skillet's new deluxe album, Dominion, Day of Destiny. Now, this version has 5 bonus tracks from the previous version that came out last year, which, an interesting fact, they recorded during COVID, and none of the band members or producers ever met in person. They all sent digital files and stuff to one another to finish the album, which is pretty wild if you ask me. And then singer John Cooper says that this album is a very overall defiance is the theme of the album, he said. And it's got a very big rebellious stance in it, he said. It's rebelling not against God, but for God, which I also find very interesting. I never would have used words like that, but it's a very interesting way of saying it, and it's interesting to say the least. Now, on the first song, "Surviving the Game," that was one of their singles, is about being defiant towards fear, with lyrics like "I can be unstoppable, gonna shake the walls." It's a very powerful chorus. It really amps you up. It's a good workout song. "Standing in the Storm," he sings "Resistance makes me stronger," and then screams "Not afraid of dying." Slingshots to Goliath. Now, that doesn't sound like much to you, but if you like Skillet from the past, this sounds like their Collide era Skillet. That little section does. It's like almost a breakdown, which is really, really neat, because a lot of fans miss that era of Skillet. And then the next song, "Dominion," John says this is the fastest song he's ever written in his life, which is interesting. And it's about what people are going to remember about you when you're gone. So it's ultimately about passing away and what people will remember about you, which that's an interesting thought too, because he was very he's talked about how he never met Chester, but how influential Linkin Park was to virtually every band. But when you think about it, you just think about how much Chester left to everyone and what he reminds us. So I look at it like that, and it's kind of a sad song if you think of it like that. But it's an upbeat song. And then the next song, "Valley of Death," is about how can one keep faith during such a hard struggle. They're really talking about this time in people's lives with COVID and stuff. It starts off slow, and then it slowly builds into the band. It's a good song. It's got, again, it makes you, it does make you question things about how everything. And then the next song, "Beyond Incredible," it has a really nice electronic vibe to it from his wife, Corey Cooper. And it's a really nice pickup from "Valley of Death." And then this next song is "Destiny," and that's my favorite song on the CD. That's one of my favorite songs they've ever made, period. I love it. The chorus is huge. Everything about it is just huge. It's almost like it goes back to the Hero sound of Skillet. If you know that song, "Hero" by Skillet, it kind of has that vibe to it. And Corey's keyboard playing, and then Seth's guitar playing, and then John Cooper's and Jen Ledger's voice together. Everything about the song just mixes so well together, and it is what I think fans love about Skillet. Definitely check that song out. And then the next song is "Refuge." It's one of the 2 worship songs on the CD. I know a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh no, not a worship song." But it actually is a really, really good song. Even if you aren't a Christian, which I'm sure a lot of you guys aren't that are watching this, I happen to be, and I don't. And I hope that people just look at it like, okay, he's a guy that's a Christian, but he likes the same type of music as I do. And that's exactly what I am. I happen to like this type of music, and I'm here to show you that you can be a Christian and still like the same type of music, and we can all have different beliefs and still, be friends. So this song is actually a really good song. I like it. I personally am not into worship music, but this song is actually really good. I'm not going to lie. And then the next song is Shout Your Freedom. It has a really cool dueling guitar solo between Seth and Corey. And it's about standing up and praising God, basically. They don't say that, but that's essentially what it's about. And then the next song is Destroyer, and that's got a heavy industrial sound to it and a cool electric transition in it. It's very neat. I can't sing, or I would sing parts of it. And then the next song is Forever in the End. And this song is, to me, Jen Ledger's best vocal performance ever. And John Cooper has always said he wanted to create a rock ballad in the vein of John Bon Jovi, writing it and stuff like that. And being a Bon Jovi freak, it's awesome because this song is incredible. It's an incredible rock ballad. It's great. It's my second favorite song on the CD. It's so, so good. And then the next song after that is Ignite. And that song is about basically not waiting around to do something. Just get up and do it. It's a very pick-up song. It's just straight in your face. It's a solid song too. And then there is White Horse. White Horse. This is a terrible song.
It stinks.
There's no beating around the bush. It's the second worship song on the CD, and it's terrible. Woo!
It stinks.
Your mother says if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything about it at all. So that's what I'm going to say about that. And then that concludes the regular CD. Then on the bonus tracks, we get Crossfire, which that is really good. He screams going through hell, screaming for help, and which is an interesting little thing to say. And it has a nice little breakdown almost, which is unique for Skillet. And then Psycho in My Head is next, and that reminds me of so much of Monster. If you like Monster, you're going to like that song. Everything about it, the chorus, the beat, it reminds me of Monster. And then the next song, Finish Line, it's actually a remake from their previous CD, Victorious, but this version has Adam Goitner in it. You know him from 3 Days Grace and now Saint Asonia. Again, this song, the original version wasn't bad, but this version, it kind of sucks. And then the next song I'm going to talk about is Unbreakable Soul. And that song is not caring about what people think for your love for God, which is pretty cool to me. And none of these songs, except White Horse, which is not good, throw religion in your face. So technically they could be about anything for anyone. It just so happens that he wrote it for himself about this. But people could take it however they want, I feel. And still like and enjoy these songs. And then the final song on the album is The Defiant. And it's about dying for what you believe in, and don't be afraid to die for what you believe in. And it sums up the album really good. It should have been on the original album. I don't know why they didn't put it on there. Because he says that this album is defiant, and this song really, really ends it properly. And like I said, I know Skillet gets a lot of hate, and I can sometimes see why. But at least I hope you go out and give them a shot and look up Surviving the Game, Forever in the End, and Destiny. Because those songs, to me, are the three best on this CD, in my opinion. It's a solid CD. On this one, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed my review for Skillet's Dominion Day of Destiny. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe button. And until next time, rock on.